You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast, hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.
First of all, welcome to another episode of Oversaturated, the podcast, where we discuss music, movies, pop culture, and everything in between. I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ralph.
Welcome to episode number 234.
234, man. I'm Ralph Lowry this week.
Hey, talk about it. New listeners, please follow us on all social media. Facebook, just search Oversaturated the podcast. Twitter is Oversat Podcast. Instagram is Oversat the podcast. And our email is oversatpodcast@gmail.com. And please be sure to check out our website, oversatthepod.com. Anything you need to know about OS is there.
Yes, sir. If you want to follow us individually, I am the Mind of Ralph across your social media platforms.
On Twitter, I'm JON2_B. On Instagram, I'm JBS_ESL_AAMU. Also, special shout out to WDJYFM 99.1 in Atlanta.
ATL, ho.
Shout out to OS Gang down there in Georgia, man. Hey, hold on. Round of applause, baby. Round of applause, baby. We are here. Another episode. Ralph, my guy, how you feeling?
Oh man, I'm feeling good, man. Feeling great, man. Had a good week.
Yeah.
Good work week.
Yeah.
Very productive. I think they got their money's worth out of me this week.
Oh, hey.
I'm being lazy next week. I ain't doing it.
Listen, sometimes it be like that. Like sometimes they really get their money's worth, and then sometimes you be like, you know what? I think I can relax just a tad.
And this is the thing, right? Shout out to my supervisor. I don't want to talk about where I work and my supervisor, all that stuff, But it's funny when you get referred to as like, hey, you're my number one guy, you're the superstar. No, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be him. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like a lot of responsibility. Like you're gonna dump work on me. Nah. And that's why I pick up on those code words. Like, nah, I don't want to be the superstar.
No, thank you. Listen, I'm here to do my job. What's in my position title when I interviewed, and that's it. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it to the best of my abilities, and I'm gonna go home because that's what I got hired for.
Because when you get hit with that, trust me, nah, that it don't give me no raise, no promotion, no nothing. It just gives me more work.
They're gonna hit you with the we were looking at your progress and we see that you're performing very high. So we were thinking about giving you more responsibility. I want more responsibility.
You know what's funny, man? Like I still won't say where I work.
Yeah.
We had a day where everything kind of got shut down as far as operations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like an employee wellness thing, right? It was I'm gonna just say this, it was the equivalent of the pizza party, right? So it was just pretty much, hey, we want to hear from you guys. We're going to tell you guys how to, manage your mental health and, what to do with burnout and all that. I was like, okay.
Right. Like,
First of all, I could add I would have rather worked that day. Like I am that ornery. I was like, you know what? I don't care about this. Like, just give me work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we could have just bypassed all this, bro. And this is the one thing that was never discussed the whole day. Money. Nobody ever discussed money. Nobody ever discussed like raises, promotions, bonuses.
That ain't gonna happen.
They ain't talk about that. Now let's talk about how you can manage what the bullshit we give you. Just make it better for yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like,
how can we help you manage?
And I still didn't get no pizza party. I still didn't get no food. Like, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even feed a nigga. That's crazy.
Part of mental health is being able to be nourished.
Exactly. You didn't give me no money. You didn't give me no food. You just told me what to do. You gave me some breathing exercises. Ain't that a bitch?
It's damn. So was that this past week?
Yeah, it was this past week.
So this past week nationally was Employee Appreciation Week. So that's a national thing.
Maybe that's what it was. Well, they just chose to adopt it. Like, this was never a thing. I've been
supposed to adopt it.
Bro,
right.
I've been working for this place a nice amount of time.
Yeah.
So,
and they ain't never had nothing of the sort. You know what's funny though?
What?
We actually had the pizza party.
At least they fed y'all. That's crazy.
But I mean, look, we had Dewey's. I'm not gonna say where I work either, but at least they chose the premier pizza spot in St. Louis, right? So I mean, I guess that's a plus. But they had like little treats for us throughout the week. So I mean, for the most part, it was cool. But like again, like you said, ain't nobody talked about no raises. We ain't even get the mental health joint. We just they gave on Thursday they gave us gourmet cookies and crossword puzzles.
Oh no, that's crazy.
Like,
but
I
as somebody, and you share this sentiment, Johnny. We're both advocates of mental health, so
yeah,
there's nothing to sneeze at. I appreciate it, but a lot of the angst, anxiety, and the stress that I have is from the fact that I'm overworking, underpaid.
Exactly.
That's a lot of that. I
Exactly.
guarantee you bump me up a nice amount of money, I'll shut up for about a year.
Man, look,
about a
for
year.
Real.
I'll shut up
till it's time to talk about merit increases again. Listen,
my point exactly.
Shit, for real though.
But how you doing, man? How everything in your world, bro?
Everything's cool. I mean, pretty much the same. Work week was cool, I guess, because they kept feeding us all week. So things was cool. I ain't have to really buy lunch this week, so it was dope. But overall, I'm good. I do want to say, first of all, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, because yeah, man, and also happy Juneteenth. Juneteenth is coming up this week as well. I've been seeing a lot of a lot of organizations, and even just out in the community, a lot of different Juneteenth celebrations going on. So hopefully everybody gets a chance to get out and celebrate, or go to a festival, or just be outside and kick it with your people for Juneteenth.
It's so tragic because it's on a Wednesday.
I know it's literally random, right? Literally in the middle of the week. But hey,
have we had a Juneteenth on the weekend yet?
Not
because it's
not since we really started celebrating. Not that I think of.
It's only been 2 years.
Yeah.
So that means the first Juneteenth was on a Monday, right? Or maybe a Sunday.
It might,
because of the leap year.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, it might have been on a Monday. You might be right.
Nasty work.
That's crazy. But I mean, look, I'll take the paid time off. I absolutely will take that. But
no, ain't nobody complaining about that. Man, I just need a Juneteenth on the weekend. It's gonna be up.
Oh yeah, no, for real. Yeah, like I said, it's a lot going on today. Like as I was driving throughout the city running errands, like I saw a lot of different sections of St. Louis having Juneteenth celebrations and shit. Even a couple parades. So I mean, people outside, and I mean the weather calls for it too. Yeah. So yeah, man, shout out to everybody out there celebrating Father's Day and Juneteenth. So yeah, man.
Yes, sir. So what are we doing? Off the dome?
Off the dome.
I got one for you.
Yes, sir.
Hypothetical question, of course. Imagine you go to a concert. It doesn't have to be your favorite artist, but an artist that you're a fan of for sure, right?
Okay.
Would you be upset if they didn't perform their biggest hit or your favorite B-side?
Oh, favorite B-side, probably not, because I understand, you have to cater to most of the crowd. But if they don't play like the favorite big hit, oh, absolutely. Even if it's like years old, like this is what we really like you for, like So yeah, the big hit, I absolutely would be upset. But the B-side, like I would understand.
What if
I'll be a little sad?
What if it's somebody that clearly has the catalog to where they can probably skip one of them hits? That's the caveat in the question, and the reason I'll tell you why I even came up with this question was because Chris Brown is currently on tour, right? So he's been on tour. He's always on tour, right?
Yeah.
He's dropped 70 solo songs in the past
2 years.
2 years. Now, I like some of those B-sides on there, and them shits ain't getting performed. And I'm kind of pissed at that. So, but and then I think that's what made me think of the question. I was just like, you gave us 70 songs. Like, I can't expect you to perform 70 songs.
No, facts.
But you got to give us the old stuff too, which is great. But I want to hear, Stutter. I want to hear BP and No Judgment. These are B-sides on the last 2 albums that I really, really fuck with. And I want to hear him perform them.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's me. But we're talking about somebody that's like Chris Brown, who's been a star since he was 15. And you're talking about he's, 34, 35?
Yeah, up there.
That's a long time. And that's a lot of music.
Yeah. So
But I guess my question, it just depends on who the artist is. I guess what the artist means to you and who the artist is too.
Yeah, and what you're saying makes perfect sense, right? And Chris Brown has the catalog. Hell, the last 5 years he has the catalog to do
Just
the main tour,
just that.
the main tour, right? But then he also has enough B-sides to do a B-side concert.
Mm-hmm.
So like once he finishes, I guess this is what the 11/11 tour.
Yeah, that's what this.
So
is.
like once he finishes this tour later on this year, early next year, hell, he can wait 6 months and go do a B-side tour. And I bet you people still come out. Like he has enough, but he definitely has too many songs to try to attempt to do some B-sides. Because even like the last Chris Brown concert I went to, he has like this randomizer of songs, right? So like he has a bunch of songs on the screen, and it's a randomizer, so it gets the blinking boop 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 boop, and the crowd says stop, and it'll stop on a random song in his catalog, and then he'll perform it. Like, it's crazy. That's how many songs this man has, where he could just do a massive randomizer and just perform songs off the bat like that. Like, it's insane. It's insane. Shout out to Chris Brown. So for my question, right? I'm just gonna have a little fun. When was the last time you did something for the first time, and what was it?
The last time I did something for the first time.
If you need to think, I can give mine.
Yeah, go ahead.
So for me, I played pickleball for the first time about a month and a half ago. Pickleball has become like a super popular sport for people to play. It's like a giant version of ping pong, or a mini version of like tennis. The court is smaller, but it still has a net out there. It could be 1-on-1 or 2v2. And it's really fun. The paddle is small. It's smaller than the tennis racket. It's almost like a giant size ping pong paddle, and you use a wiffle ball that you hit back and forth. But there's professional leagues, there's amateur leagues in it now. It's just become a really popular sport over the last, I'm gonna say like year and a half, honestly, or 2 years. But it's fun. It's fun. I think it's something that anybody can really pick up and play. Like, it's much easier to play than tennis is. So kids, adults, teen, like whoever can really pick it up and go out there and play and just have fun or play competitively. So I enjoyed it.
Explain this to the people that don't know, because I know a lot about it. I know all about this. Pickleball is like oversized ping pong, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See,
yeah.
I was looking out for the listeners that didn't know.
Oh.
Not me though. Not me.
I did say that. I started with that.
Oh, okay.
I know you were thinking about your answer.
Yeah,
okay.
I showed tuned your ass out. I showed tuned you out.
I was stalling for you, bro.
But nah, I mean, mine is kind of boring though. Like, it's just like when you try new food and stuff, man. It's not even new food.
That's fine.
I was in Houston like 2 months ago at this point. I had crawfish for the first time. Now, I've had crawfish before, and I'm talking about just the tail, and they already peeled it and all that, but I'm talking about the full crawfish.
Like, you had to actually... Yeah. Got it.
I can't describe it because it's an AO, but it was good though. But you know what I'm saying? It's just.
Did you have butter to dip it in? Like,
you tried to get me. I'm not gonna do it. You trying to be funny?
I was.
I was on the screen. I was like, hey, well, I did it like this. Nah, nope. Absolutely not.
That's funny.
It's so crazy, man. Can't eat crawfish. Can't eat glizzies. Can't eat nothing. What can we do, man?
We grew up as kids at the cookout, at the picnic, at grandma's house, eating hot dogs off the grill, boiled, like however.
No bratwurst.
No nothing, sausages, man. Look.
No links. No.
And now y'all want to be adults and act like y'all had that experience. Like, get out of here. So anyway,
don't eat on camera. You be like Quavo, you know.
Or do it like that one Russell Westbrook meme.
Yeah, exactly.
Get out of here with that. People be tripping. Anyway.
Exactly. But now, people, that was off the dome, man. If you went to a concert, would you be upset if the artist didn't perform their biggest hit or your favorite B-side? Please let us know.
Yeah, man. And when was the last time you did something for the first time? And let us know what it was. Shout out to y'all, man.
Yes. OS gang, what's happening, family? And Ken folk.
What's cracking?
We got some stuff.
We got something.
Some stuff to talk about here. I don't know, Johnny. Let's do our randomizer. Let's
look, I like it.
Let's do our randomizer. Like, let's start. I guess let's start here, man. It's real. It's real simple, right? So Stephen A. Smith, famed sportscaster and broadcaster, journalist, I would say, of ESPN. He came out and said that Will Smith owes the black community an explanation / apology for his actions at the 2022 Grammys. I mean Oscars.
Oscars.
Oscars. Right around the time Bad Boys Ride or Die dropped. So Johnny, do you have anything to say? Did you listen to it? What's up?
What is Stephen A. Smith's issue? Like, what I'm gathering from Stephen A., at least the last couple years, is that he might not be as in tune with the black community as he say he is, because majority of black people like didn't care about the slap. Like, I think it was mostly rich people and white people that really was like upset that Will Smith actually did that. Because
I think the conversation we had about it was like, why did he do it? I don't think like I was upset at Will Smith. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I wasn't upset though.
Right. Like, I mean, it happened cool. Like, we all thought it was fake at first, but then we realized it was real. It was like, oh damn, that's crazy. He really did that. But none of us were like, oh, that darn Will Smith. I can't believe. No, we didn't know. Hell, I think I even remember myself saying that, hey, that was probably Chris Rock's karma. Like, he probably had that coming in some form or fashion. That's just what he deserved for whatever reason, right? So the black community itself, they didn't care. And we were never going to cancel Will Smith over that. Not at all. And so that's pretty much what Stephen A. was saying, is like, because it was such a heinous act and all that kind of stuff, that he needs to explain to the black community why he did it. Well, most of us really already know. Like, first of all, Chris Rock kind of trash anyway, and he probably don't like Chris Rock. So prime opportunity to slap somebody, I guess. And sometimes you need to shit slapped out of you.
Yeah, I mean,
it is what it is.
If anything, what Will Smith needs to apologize for is Jada Pinkett terrorizing us every 2 weeks with Tupac quotes and their marital problems. That's what they need to apologize for.
Have you noticed it calm down?
Yeah, because he's on a press run right now. You can't say, hey, shut that shit up. Bad boys would have tanked if she was out here talking.
It's true. Well,
shut that ass up. We don't know because she shut up.
You're right. Listen,
I don't know. Bad Boys, the brand is real strong, so let me not troll in that space. But it's still like, come on, man. But I don't. Stephen A. has become the face of ESPN, right? And they pay him so much money to where they have just funneled him money to do a podcast. Right. So he says these things freely of his shows, which are sports-centered topics.
Right.
So that's where he starts to focus on pop culture centered, topics, right? Yeah. So that's where you kind of get these outlandish Stephen A. takes, right? Because he goes dominate the sports headlines with the shit he say over there. But
true.
But when you start talking about like, and then you got to find something that's so salacious, and he's an entertainer at this point. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't see I ever heard anything profound come from him at this point, because he's entertaining at this point. And I know he's very knowledgeable about talking about sports, so especially in the basketball, football, boxing space.
Yeah.
But when we start talking about pop culture references, bro, come on now.
No, for real. And I mean, like you just kind of alluded to, he's begun to spread himself
thin.
Like outside of the sports realm. Like I think he has like his own podcast that he does. He does a lot around ESPN, not only centered around sports. Like he does a lot of other commentary as well. So the fact that he's even trying to venturing out into these other spaces to talk about pop culture, to talk about current events, is like, you might not be as well versed or in depth in the community as we thought you were at one point. Because again, like top sports commentator, like of course that's, we go to Stephen A. for those types of for that type of commentary. But anything outside of that, I don't know, my boy. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to go to Shannon Sharp route. I don't know.
And Shannon just got new to that space too, because you see, anytime he talk about anything that ain't sports related, they on his line too.
True.
So
True.
It's almost like the equivalent of telling, like, you remember when that white woman told LeBron stick to
shut up and dribble. Yeah.
Well, this is kind of the other way around. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, just talk about the sports, man. Like, but I mean, Stephen A is ESPN. Like, I know there are other people that are just as capable and as talented as him, but we're just talking about the sheer like electricity that he brings around. Like, whether you agree or disagree, he is that nigga. Like, I'm sorry, like it's one of them. So now that he's starting to talk on pop culture things and then bringing up Will Smith, who's no matter what, right? The worst thing Will Smith got on his line is a few bad movies and the fact that he slapped Chris Rock. That's it. That's it. I don't know if Wild Wild West is worse or that, but he'll probably say Wild Wild West. He probably the only one that knows the fact he slapped Chris Rock. So it's so it's just like things like that. So it's just like he needed something to do, something to talk about in the midst of this whole Bad Boys 4 press run. That's it.
Listen, if videos have indicated since Bad Boys 4 has been out that black people, I can't speak for any other race or culture of folks, but black people is not getting rid of Will Smith at all. They're not canceling them. They're not doing nothing. You see, I seen how excited these people were to see him walk out of the Bad Boys 4. I seen it. So Will Smith ain't going nowhere. Especially if he gonna keep like acting as great as he is and making films that people really want to see. Like, he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
I guess a lot of people say don't make an album, but keep making these movies.
Yeah, and speaking to somebody that probably shouldn't make an album, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg have been rumored. I think this is not even a rumor; it's been confirmed.
Yeah, I think this is confirmed.
This is confirmed. So in the next few weeks, by the time July, maybe not the 4th, but somewhere in their space, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg will be dropping an album. Johnny,
I kind of don't want to believe it because like I know it's become a trend to like announce your album a few weeks before it drops. And we know the track record of Dr. Dre and producing albums, and maybe them not coming out and things like that. So the fact that we haven't even heard anything about this, right? Like ever until just now. Like I don't know. Maybe I'll believe it when I see it. But am I excited to hear a Dr. Dre and Snoop album in 2024? Maybe not that excited, but as we continue to have the conversations about our elder statesmen in hip hop, like I'm curious to hear what a Snoop and Dre album sounds like today. Like we know with Snoop's debut and Dr. Dre's immaculate production throughout his career, like how would that translate in today's time? Like I'm curious to see. I won't say excited, but I'm curious to see.
Yeah, curiosity killed the cat though. I'm not. I mean, I hear what you're saying, and I kind of agree, but I ain't trying to listen to that shit.
You ain't checking for
I ain't checking for it. It's so many factors into this, right? What can Dre? Well, first of all, Dre's best album is what? Maybe 2001, or is it Chronic? I would say.
I think it's arguably either or.
I say the best album is 2001.
Okay,
but his most popular probably out is best one. I mean, it's Chronic. Like, just because of the impact for West Coast hip hop and all that great stuff. But you're just talking about some shit I want to ride to. Yeah, and maybe because I'm biased because I was raised in the 2001 era. So that plays into it.
I would say that it may be slight era biased. Because I would lean toward 2001 as well, but also acknowledging, like you said, the impact of the Chronic. But yeah, I would lean toward 2001.
But at this point, Dr. Dre is Kanye, and when I say that, he's like, "There's nothing for you to say to us. You pretty much get ghostwritten for. It's well documented. So we don't look at you as an artist in that way." True. And then let's talk about the production. Dre producing in this current space, I don't really want to know what that sounds like.
But see, they could bring back true West Coast sounding albums.
I mean, Mustard and all them over there, man. He's I hear what you say. Like there, and this is the thing
I'm
about
trying to make it make sense.
and this the other thing about Dre too. He has been like a chameleon of sorts, right? You get ghostwritten for, you take credit for people's beats. Like, it's certain things that it's kind of like, why would I be excited for this? And then I gotta think about when we killed that Snoop Dogg. Well, I killed the Snoop Dogg mixtape. I don't want to hear. So, what's Snoop finna rap about? Because Snoop never stopped rapping. Snoop never stopped.
He can rap about all the side missions he been on for the last 20 years. I don't know.
I feel like that probably was in the last verse, the last song that I didn't care about, bro.
That's what he did on that drama on that drama mixtape.
Exactly, bro. So I'm gonna have to say absolutely not. But it's like if it feeds like the it's on the I'm pretty sure it might be on Death Row, which is a great look for Snoop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm gonna listen, but I ain't excited. I ain't excited at all, bro.
You gonna get to it when you get to it.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm listen. If it's heat, it's heat.
Mm-hmm.
I won't hate because I don't have any hate in my heart for those guys. Like
right.
Them ain't the guys I hate on, but I'm just being very honest about it. It's just like
I don't know. Well, the title of the album is Missionary, and it'll be out sometime in July 2024, at least according to the reports that I've saw. So we'll see what happens.
I know. Per your stance on West Coast music, it should slap then, right? Because it's the middle.
Listen, it's summertime, baby. It's summertime, baby. This is the prime time to drop it. Don't drop that shit in the fall. This is not a September drop. Absolutely not.
It's not a September drop. I got you.
No, sir.
Man, Complex has dropped. They dropped list after list. We're gonna discuss this one, right?
Yeah.
They dropped the top 20 songs of 2024 so far. So this is pretty much a mid-year list. Mm-hmm. Why does Complex do this to us, bro? Like why do they do this? Because they know it's it's platforms like us that need the content. So I maybe that's it. But they are at least feeding all genres. This ain't just rap, which I have noticed. So I'm not mad at that. I actually like that.
Yeah.
So any standouts here to you, bro?
So after I looked at it, it's actually the top 30 songs so far. So that's my fault for putting that like that.
Okay.
Let's see. So first of all, they have Eminem Houdini at 21. First, yeah, exactly. The song just came out. First of all, second of all, the song's not that good. It's not that good. So, being on the list, period, for the top songs of the year so far, nah, I'm gonna beg to differ. Number 20, they have J. Cole, Crocodile Tears.
Not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that either. Let's see. They have at 19, Megan the Stallion, Hiss.
Okay, her diss track. Okay.
Let's see. They got Billie Eilish at 18. At number 17, they have 21 Savage, Red Rum.
Okay, I like that song. I love it actually.
At 16, Future or Metro Boomin, Beat It.
Okay.
Now is that on We Still Don't Trust You?
No, that's the first.
That's the first one. Okay. Let's see.
Or did it say it? I believe it's on the first album.
Doesn't say. Say here. 15, Central C and Lil Baby, Band for Band. I actually haven't heard that one. 14, 13, 12, Tinashe, Nasty. At 11.
I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't know Tinashe still made music.
Okay, I thought she was like, I want to say like an older artist, but like, she was kind of popping a little while ago.
It's like if we had to put a time frame on her, she should be on her second, third album, somewhere in that space.
Okay.
Like she been here since like, let's say like 2016. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
that makes sense.
She might have popped out then.
And I feel like I just seen clips of her performing on like one of the late night shows, like this week, like this past week.
So she getting pushed then. Okay, yeah. That's what's up.
Number 11, Schoolboy Q, Blue Slides.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Number 9, SZA with Saturn.
Mm-hmm. Don't you skip past Chief Keef.
Oh, my bad. Hold on.
He's still out here.
Number 10. Chief Keef, Treat Myself.
He's still out here. Clearly. Hey, man, the inventor of drill music, the king. He is the true originator.
It's crazy because Chief Keef is a veteran in hip hop now.
Yeah,
that's insane. That's insane, bro.
I don't like was 2011.
Yo, we are seasoned. Like that's nuts. That's nuts. Number 9 is SZA. Number 8, Sexy Red. Get it sexy. Get it sexy. Hey. Number 7, Drake. Family Matters.
Okay.
In hindsight, are you still like? Do you still have Family Matters in rotation? Like, is that something you still go back and listen to?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't listen to them shits no more. But you know,
Oh,
that's
really?
what. I mean, that's just me. I don't need to. I don't need to run them back. I know what it did. Like I need to miss them for a second.
Understood.
Like, and then some of these on my like workout miss, but I skip them. Like, I don't want to listen to them right now. But I mean, I acknowledge Family Matters as being a great song.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a great song. It just got stepped on. That's all.
Bad too. Real bad. Number 6, we got 4 Bats. Act 2, Date at 8. Is that the joint with that's the one that got Drake on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's the only 4 Bat song I guess I need to know.
Right. Number 5 is Beyonce, Texas Hold'em.
You know what's so interesting about that? We never I don't know if all these are singles, and I'm assuming that they are.
Mm-hmm.
There are better songs on Cowboy Carter than Texas Hold'em. Like, way better, actually.
I would agree with that, but Texas Hold'em was the lead single, right?
Yeah, that's the
one. It was another.
16
Carriages.
16 Carriages.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it's just I guess it's just a single thing, which is okay. It makes sense to go the single route. Don't be putting people B-sides on here.
Right. Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Number 4, Cash Cobain featuring Bass Swag Fisher.
Yeah, you missed me with that one.
Number 3, Tommy Richmond, $1 Million Baby.
That's interesting because it felt like it just came out, but shout out to being at 3 though.
But it's been. I feel like it's been everywhere though. Like
yeah, if you talk, I guess we going off of impact at this point, right? And I'm not to say it's not a bad song because I fuss with it heavy too. But I'm just, I guess I was just trying to be fair of it. But if you're talking about something that has social media in a chokehold, and I mean radio streams, all that, whatever all your metrics are for this thing, I mean it makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, and usually you don't. Well, I don't know, but you tell me if I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. I would think usually you don't have both the radio and the social media, right?
No, you do.
You do? Okay, okay. Number 2, Future, Metro Boomin featuring Kendrick, Like That.
Okay,
that's number 2, and then number 1, Kendrick, Not Like Us. Not Like Us.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you had to pit 2 bad bitches against each other, are you willing to flip 2 for 1?
So okay. I like that question, and I feel like the answer is difficult, right? Because the way that Like That premiered, right? So the album came out. We Don't Trust You came out. The features were hidden. So if you were fortunate to be one of the first people to listen to the album, and then you hear Kendrick Lamar's voice for the first time on the album, first of all, you're shocked, you're surprised, and then you actually hear what he's saying, and the song is the song slaps. It's a great song.
Yeah.
And knowing that everything that happened after that, like, it spawned a phenomenal 2 months in hip hop, right? And then we get to the end of said span in hip hop where Kendrick Lamar comes back and closes that span with Not Like Us. It's like, do you go with? It's like the chicken or the egg. You go with the egg or do you go with the chicken, right? It's like, do you go with the beginning that spawned this whole thing, or do you go with the amazing song, the amazing slap that ended the whole thing? It's like, which one do you go with? And in this instance, I'm really not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at either or.
Yeah, if I had to, I would put Like That number 1, just off of the ripple effect. You know what I'm saying? It's the ripple effect. Yeah. Because if we don't get that, we don't get the Family Matters, we don't get the other diss tracks, we don't get Like Us, we don't get Ross, we don't get, just the conversation of hip hop, even just dominating and being #1 genre again, at least being looked at it in that way, because we had all eyes were on us.
Facts.
So I mean, even the J. Cole disc, like it's so much
Yeah.
happened.
Oh no, you're right. So much that spawned the whole J. Cole apology. Oh my God.
So if I had to pick, you know what I'm saying, I would definitely flip that 2 and put that 1. You know what I'm saying? It's not because of the song, but if we going off of other metrics, right? Because I mean, because you got a full song of Kendrick rapping where people would probably prefer that, you know, for whatever that is, compared to what Future does and what Metro Boomin producing sounds like. So that's the thing. And then you got Kendrick on a true West Coast beat. So it's kind of like, I want to ride with that. I can't be mad at like I said, I can't be mad at any answer, but that's just the side of the fence I stand on.
Right. And I'm not mad at either or. Real quick, right? So in hindsight, it's been at least a month and a half since the whole beef has ended. Throughout the entire span of the beef, right? From Like That to the Heart Part 6. In hindsight, what was your favorite song that came out of like that whole thing, the whole span?
I'm not gonna lie, Euphoria probably was my favorite.
That's mine too, bro.
Euphoria probably was my favorite, because I really had to go back and just like we gonna sit here and think about this. Like,
look, oh my God,
we got there and think about this, and then I mean, I like surgical type of songs in that space. I think Kendrick rapped a few different type of ways on that song. Just as I mean, what he's been able to do with his voice. Some people don't like the animated stuff sometimes, and you know, I can be a hypocrite in that space because I can serious shit on Ludacris and his animated style, but you know what I'm saying. But you know, let Kendrick get away with the voices, or even talk about somebody that's more contemporary, like a Nicki Minaj. I mean, she does that a lot too. But I mean, that only adds to the animation of what he's trying to do as an artist.
Facts.
So sometimes it works, and sometimes it can be a little cringy. But
no, that's true. And I think Nicki, I think she walks the line of it being really good or really bad. Like sometimes she'll go and it sounds freaking amazing, but sometimes I think she leans on it too much in some instances where it doesn't make the song as good. So but no, Euphoria is my favorite as well. Just him being able to literally predict the rest of the beat for real. Like just from beginning to end, the beat switches, the quotables.
Yeah.
Let me see you push your T. Yo, that was crazy. That was crazy. Euphoria was definitely, to me, my favorite song out of the whole thing.
Oh, definitely my favorite. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Let's try this out, man. We got some OG topics here, but I want to start here first.
Yeah.
Ruben Studdard. I know we haven't heard that name in a long time, but he's still outside. He's still doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Sorry for 2004. It was 20 years ago. Insane. But since then, he's still been singing and doing his thing. And he was recently on Sway in the Morning. Johnny, did you want to pull that up, or we just want to get into it?
Let me pull it. I got it right here. Hold on. Let's see. We got action.
Yes, sir.
And has allowed American Idol brand has allowed Carrie Underwood to become worth about $140+ million. Kelly Clarkson over $45 million. Do you feel like you got the most out of that brand yet?
Brother, I do believe that, yeah. To answer that in the shortest way I can, yes, I do believe I got as much as I could out of that for our people.
Yeah.
And I say that because now that I am Professor Studdard and I teach a class in music industry at the University of Tennessee, what I do know is that we as a people, we do not go out and spend our money in the same way that other ethnicities do on music. We consume a lot of music, but it's mostly through the free medium, which is why radio is so important to urban artists, because a lot of times our people do not have the discretionary income to always buy all the records that they want to buy. It's tight on us. You know what I mean? So you have to decide on whether or not is the kids gonna eat, or I'm gonna buy a Fantasia record. I guess
The American.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy to really think about.
Well, I mean,
Where do we start with this?
we always find ourselves here where we have to put race into it, but race definitely matters in the space of what we're talking about. Here, talking about two of the most famous white stars that American Idol was birthed against two of the most famous black stars that American Idol was birthed. Carrie Underwood and Kelly Clarkson are otherworldly.
Absolutely.
They are true stars. And that's not me taking away anything from them and their talent or anything like that. But they are white women. You know what I'm saying? So that is so easy to market and get, because Kelly Clarkson does a talk show at this point and all that stuff. Like her records have sold crazy amounts, and Carrie Underwood is like you can't even touch that.
Out of here. And it's crazy because we're talking about two different genres of music too. We're not even talking about one. We're talking about country and pop, right?
Exactly.
So even thinking from that aspect is crazy.
Yeah, Carrie is Queen Country, and I mean she does the Monday Night Football theme.
Man, what?
Like,
come on now.
No, Sunday night. Oh, it's one of them.
What?
I think it's Sunday night.
One of the primetime football slots. Look,
exactly.
It's up there, bro.
The money is up and it's stuck. So that appeal, that mainstream appeal that they get, that is like you ain't got to come fuck with us. You don't have to.
True.
Like you make music and you know that the machine is going to push and promote it the right way. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I can't be mad at them for getting their money. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And even with artists of those caliber artists being pushed by the machine or whatever, they still have the support behind them, right?
Yeah.
That they're able to go and venture off into other aspects. Where in our culture, like Ruben Studdard said, and for whatever reason it is, right? We don't support monetarily the way that other genre music fans do, right? I think about it all the time. Like when I go to certain hip hop shows or R&B show, well, maybe not R&B, but maybe certain hip hop shows, over 50% of the audience is going to be white, no matter who it is, whose show I'm going to, unless it's at like a smaller venue where the tickets are a little bit more affordable. But even then, sometimes like it may not be over 50%, but it's like 30-40. It's still going to be a lot of non-culture people at these shows. So for whatever reasons it is, we just don't support monetarily the artists that we really, really like. And I think a crazy example of this, because I just seen this like on the timeline maybe a couple weeks ago, Freeway, the song What We Do, 21-ish years old, just went gold. Just went gold on Billboard or whoever certified, or RIA, whoever certifies it. But the song is 21 years old. But I remember being a kid and hearing that song everywhere. Everywhere. So why is it today, 21 years later, that it's just now going gold? Because we didn't monetarily support it the way that we should have.
Yeah, and then that song probably didn't cross over the way that like maybe a Flip Side did, right? Same artist, same album, same record label, same you know what I'm saying? So Flip Side just had crossover appeal for one that was used in the film. You gotta think about it in that space too.
Video games,
that matters. What we do is just a rags to riches hood story, and ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you want to look at the counter argument or the other side of it, like Ruben was saying, we don't have discretionary income, so pretty much urban artists live on the radio, and then we can deal with them when they're in smaller venues. When you start matriculating up to like concert halls and arenas, that's where you lose us. And I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. But I mean, SZA makes ratchet girl R&B. But I imagine if you go to a SZA concert, it's gonna be a lot of black women or a lot of black people there supporting, or urban demographics supporting. But there's gonna be a lot of white people too.
Absolutely.
a lot. Like
Absolutely.
on tour, like an international tour. I mean, I don't dare want to say world, but you start doing a European leg and stuff. That's a world tour. But she was like in Australia or some shit, right?
Yeah, I did see that. I seen that recently.
So
look,
are we there? You let me know, Johnny. You know, I don't know too much about geography. But are we in Australia?
Nah, not like
down
that.
under.
Not like
down under.
Hell no. You seen the size of they bugs and shit down there? Ain't no black people going down there. Not to live. Hell no. But I even think about Kendrick Lamar's Juneteenth concert that's coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we might have talked about this briefly. Maybe it was off mic. I don't remember. But one day concert in LA. I think it may be like an 18,000 seat venue.
Mm-hmm.
But the cheapest ticket I saw that somebody posted online might have been $700.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, listen, I don't know about y'all out there. I don't have $700 just to go to a concert. I don't. So even with that, and thinking about Kendrick Lamar, the caliber of artist that he is, like, I feel I don't know how the price ticketing goes, like who determines prices and values and all that kind of stuff, but I think Kendrick Lamar would have some type of authority to lower the ticket prices if he wanted. But then again, I don't know his contract dealings with Live Nation or Ticketmaster or whoever it is that's sponsoring or putting on the concert. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, thinking about Ruben and Fantasia, at least in this space, right? Because they are the focal point of our argument, or at least, this debate. It just seems that they never made crossover R&B. So that's why they stay with us. Their biggest crossover songs are probably the songs that they had to sing to win American Idol. Anything after that has been traditional R&B. So if you don't fuck with it, you don't fuck with it. They have never tried to make anything but R&B. Like Fantasia has probably one of the better catalogs in R&B. I mean better catalogs at least in the 2000s, right? If you look at her first 3 albums, shit, that's R&B. That's some R&B gold right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? True. It's just R&B. It's true R&B. So that's why you always see Fantasia doing BET honors, Soul Train. Like you always see Fantasia in those spaces, because you know why? That is uniquely our girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? She ain't going nowhere. But so that means her album sales will go just be what they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, When I See You is probably her most famous song, but I don't know. I'm not here to debate what's the best song, but her most famous song is that.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? But Fantasia still has a voice. She still can sing. It's just that once the machine is done with you, they're done with you. So Fantasia ain't never go over there now. Like, you know what I'm saying? If she didn't do it in 2006 off the second album, she's not going.
It ain't.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Okay.
So that's why Ruben was kind of like just saying, well, hey, we don't have the discretionary income. And then they're like, we don't give a props to artists for at least staying true to themselves and at least trying to stay with us.
Yeah.
Because we want artists to be big like Beyonce, right? But Beyonce makes music for everyone. You know, she'll sprinkle some blackness in there, but you know, everybody can listen
blackness
to it. But you listen to Fantasia, you know what that's about. Like,
so the monetary or financial prowess is tied to crossover appeal.
Yes, absolutely. Ain't nobody that buys a Carrie Underwood CD is going to buy Fantasia. Now, both of these women can sing. Nobody's refuting that. But how Carrie Underwood sings and what Fantasia and how she sounds, they sound completely different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But they both country girls. One's from North Carolina and Carrie from somewhere. She's from down there somewhere.
Probably Tennessee or some shit. I don't know. But okay. I mean, I guess I knew that, but I guess
you gotta talk about
put it to it contextually. It's like I understand.
Yeah, because you always go hear Fantasia on our radio stations, bro.
Oh, man, what?
She ain't going nowhere. She drop a new song, a new album, is right here.
She gets played on the DJ sets before the How You Doing Tonight tour. That's where okay.
Pretty much.
Right.
If
and
she
the cookout.
If she ain't already headlining the How Y'all Doing Tonight tour, it's one of the other.
Damn it. Okay. All right, bet.
Well,
it is one or the other. No,
it is one or the other. But let's try this out, man. Blurred topic, blurred segment, man. Original OG topic here. Nothing that's headline driven, I would say that. Johnny.
Yeah.
I have killed Blade every time a topic comes up. And I can do it again today. But I'm going to say that for when it comes up.
Okay.
But I just want to ask. The Avengers are supposed to be here in 2026, bro. What's the deal? Do you think it can work? And I think that's what we're here to discuss.
Okay. In spite of the mishappenings with Blade, again, we'll talk about that again at some other point because we know some other shit gonna come out.
Yeah.
In spite of that, right? On the heels of Deadpool and Wolverine coming out in about a month and a half, I do believe that a movie like Avengers Kang Dynasty, Avengers Secret Wars, I do believe these movies can work. The way that they're going to like the only way for them to work, because clearly they're going to be like I've been saying this for the last few months. Every Marvel character in the history of all Marvel films, cinema, studio universes are going to show up in these two movies at some point. You have to first of all lock down whoever you want the director to be. I don't know. They're courting a few people now. Choose the director, and both the director and Kevin Feige have to stick to the vision. I think that's the issue with Blade now, is that they're not sticking to whatever vision that they see forth. The director and Kevin Feige have to be on the same page when it comes to the vision of these films to properly execute. Yeah. I think that was what made Infinity War and Endgame so great. Of course, with also the 10 years leading up to the movies, right?
Yeah.
But they had a vision.
Yeah.
And they saw it through. Like everybody was on the same page. There may have been like one or two stumbles along the way, but overall everybody was on the same path when it came to these films. Yeah. And it doesn't seem like that's happened at all throughout phases 4 and 5. So that's that. I feel like that's what really needs to happen.
Yeah, it's a lot, bro, because with that being said, like you use Infinity War and Endgame as the catalyst, because they're pretty much supposed to be that, right?
Yeah, right.
But when you're gonna do a team up film, it has to be proper build up. Period. Like let's not use the I guess the height of Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff, right? Because we ain't never seeing that again. No matter how good these movies gonna go up and down, and but we're never gonna get that again. But and I don't mean that to be facetious. It's just hard to replicate. You know what I'm saying?
That's lightning in a bottle.
Yes, that's exactly right. Yeah. So can we get like Avengers Age of Ultron at least? And I love Ultron, but I know that's not what people look at as a benchmark. You know what I'm saying? But can we get that? Can we get Civil Wars? Absolutely. But you have to build it up properly. They haven't built up any storylines for us to be invested in a team of these niggas. That's why, Thunderbolt's gonna be looking weird when that shit come out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But like, I mean, they're doing what doomed the DCEU. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're building up a team of people that we haven't been emotionally invested in. We're not emotionally invested in one person in this new Avengers team. One person. We don't know who's the leader.
Loki. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, like, is Sam Wilson supposed to be the Cap replacement? Because he was remember that team that they teased at the end of Avengers Age of Ultron? It was Sam, Vision,
Scarlet Witch,
and it was somebody else.
Somebody else. Was it Hawkeye?
Oh, it was Rhodey.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, that was supposed to be the new Avengers in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were supposed to be at least training, to be a team.
Okay,
but I'm just saying, but we don't have we're mostly invested in those characters, but are they going to be a part of the new team? I don't know.
So let me ask you this, right? With the next 3-4 films coming out, so we got Deadpool, Wolverine, Thunderbolts, Captain America 4.
Yep, I think Captain America 4 comes out. That's the first film
next year.
First film next year.
February, I believe.
Yeah.
It might be one that I'm missing, but with those films that I just mentioned, if they somehow have a storyline that clearly shows that one of them is going to be the leader of the new Avengers, do you think they can?
I'm sorry.
Finish. That's okay. Do you think that if they're able to determine one of those definitively is going to be the new leader of the new Avengers, do you think they can start piggybacking off of that to have a cohesive story for Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty?
Not in a year, but yeah.
Not in it. Damn.
Now I don't believe in that shit. Not no year, bro. Especially when y'all taking a movie off to give us the Thunderbolt story, right?
Yeah.
That's how I'm looking at it. Like, even though Captain America: Brave New World should tie seamlessly into what the Thunderbolts is, because you finally get Thunderbolt Ross being the president or whatever his role will be in that film. Then you get the Thunderbolts. I get it. I get it. But and then Blade was supposed to be in November. So what? Like, see now that's why I'm losing faith, because I just want these films to be good. Forget the Avengers at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
let's make sure the next few films
at least start cooking
good, right?
You know what I'm saying? Because like the thing with team up films, bro, we've been doing this too long. We've been watching these films too long. It's very formulaic, and if you want the formula to work, you have to have your leader.
Yeah,
it can't be Batman and Robin. It's got to be a leader.
It got to be. Yeah.
I mean, no, I'll take that back, because you can debate who was the leader of the last Avengers. Like, was it Cap or was it Iron Man? Because that's why they split, right? Because people ideally believe with Iron Man or ideally went with Cap. That's why I was saying they could either be looked at as leaders.
And so even to that point, right?
Yeah.
Just thinking about Infinity War Endgame. Well, let's just stick to Infinity War for now. I don't think there was of course we know Cap and Iron Man, but I don't think there was a clear-cut leader in Infinity War, because all the different variations of team ups were across the universe. Like, you got Iron Man and Guardians on Titan. You got Cap and Vision and Scarlet Witch, all of them in Wakanda. Like, you got people scattered throughout the universe, and I don't think there's one clear-cut leader, because the threat was so universal, right? And I think it's going to be like, I think at least Kang Dynasty, hell, and maybe Secret Wars is going to be like that on a grander scale, right? You're going to have so many different characters, not only from the MCU, but from the Fox, from the Sony universe as well, teaming up to try to, get rid of these threats. So, I mean, how can you pick a determined leader based on there being so many characters? How can you have one or two people leading 60 different characters?
That is true, but this is my rebuttal, right? You have to look at how they treated Iron Man and Cap storyline in the end of Endgame. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Cap pretty much, going back in time to be with Peggy, and then Iron Man making the ultimate sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? So I just look at it from that lens, right? Because it was a lot of people there, but you got to see how they treat certain characters, and then ideally they just been there since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Stark Tower is Avengers Tower now. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just how they chose to give it to us as the viewer or the audience.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. Like, the Avengers seemed like 4 bad bitches that got together. Like, they did, you know what I'm saying, to take out a badder bitch. Like, so we gotta get this nigga up out of here. Then we can go back and do our own thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that looks. So, I mean, but I still think that ideally a team does need a leader, or at least somebody that's the one that's willing to be in front. You know what I'm saying? Even if all the skill sets can be interchangeable or whatever, right? So that's why T'Challa will be missed. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because I think that he had the purity of Cap and the money of Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? The fighting, the everything, everything was there. So, you know, definitely, you know, rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman, but you know, T'Challa is definitely needed if we're going to continue an Avengers story plot. And also just with lost my train of thought there, but it's just I know just thinking about how the Avengers teams have been set up, you definitely need that person.
And you know what's crazy? First of all, the film that I was forgetting is Fantastic Four, because that's coming out next year. That's crazy. But the next, yeah, right. Okay. So the next four films that we're getting are all team up movies. Deadpool, Wolverine. Even though Captain America is a Captain America movie, Hulk, She-Hulk, and somebody else is going to be in there as well. That's the new Falcon is going to be there. That's a team up. Fantastic Four, clearly that's a team. And then the Thunderbolts is going to be a newly formed team of anti-heroes. Like, do you think it makes a difference having a bunch of team up movies that lead into an Avengers movie? Do you think that matters, or do you think it would be better if it was an individual or solo superhero films that lead into Avengers?
I don't think it matters. I think it just has to have the continuity, like the right blended chemistry of stuff that you want us to buy into and get to the whatever the creme de la creme is, right? Because like Fantastic Four is always a team. So I don't look at, you know, nobody there to be an individual. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though Reed Richards has been plucked out of there for different other reasons to be and, you know, other things, but I just don't look at them, you know, individually. The Thunderbolts, I mean, they're criminals, you know what I'm saying? Or at least, you know, anti-heroes. So they're not, I'm not expecting them to be there to help criminals.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's true.
And then, I mean, I think it starts with Cap. Maybe I'm believing in Cap.
Yeah.
Cap Falcon.
That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah, we're gonna have two Falcons in fucking Avengers. That's crazy. But hey, we'll see. Listen, they have to, Marvel, Disney, whoever, they have to bat 1,000 leading into from Deadpool and Wolverine up until whatever the next Avengers movie is. They have to be batting 1,000 for the shit to work. Can they do it? I mean, there's a slim chance, but they can do it. But they really gotta be precise on this shit.
I will say this: they have been cooking with the Deadpool Wolverine promotion.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I'll say, like I was excited to see the film, but I mean, y'all trying to make this to get $1 billion. That's clearly what this pushes for. Like, because ain't no way, boy. Like, I mean, listen, I'm going to see the film. I don't need Ryan Reynolds teaching me how to make no. I don't need him how to teach me make no drink. I don't care about. I don't need no popcorn bucket. I don't care about none of that. If you're cooking, I'm there. If you're cooking, I'm there twice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because this is the only one I'm gonna get this year, so I might as well go back and see.
Man, look, no, for real, we gotta get the fix in. We gotta get it. Y'all got any more of them MCU movies?
Right. I came back for the after credit scene. That's all.
Right,
like, don't let me pay. Don't pay me.
These 15-second scenes. That's what I'm here for. That's crazy.
But no, I mean, all in all, it's just that's I guess that's the lofty expectation we're putting on Marvel, because they've been doing this.
Right.
Y'all been doing this.
Right.
We'll see.
Bro, that's Listen, can they do it? Yes, but it's gonna take such a high level of precision that they haven't had in a very long time.
And
We
haven't even tried to talk about the shows, bro.
At this point, because listen, because look, they didn't already talked about, you know, they didn't split the movies, the TV shows, and the animation. So the shows themselves, because they'll be loosely connected to the overall cinematic universe, shit don't even matter now. Don't even matter. If they gonna cook on the shows, cool, I'm with it. But I think I'm okay with the fact that they won't be as tied into the movies now, because that gives them a level of precision that they can just keep within the cinematic universe. So the shows are, you know, doing their own thing, cool. They may mention whatever
the events of this,
but we gonna have the movie stick to the movie. So Listen, man, it's gonna be a very interesting 2-3 years for the MCU. We'll see how they able to execute. Because man, I think they got one with Deadpool. It's just when we get to Captain America in February, it's like, all right, what we doing? What we doing? The microscope is gonna be on it, bro. Like I'm on it.
Yeah,
I'm on it.
Blade,
it's like,
Blade is coming out in 2027 now.
That shit ain't coming out.
My Herschel will be 60.
But by that point, that should be recast.
At this point, you can just go cast Wesley. At this point, bro.
Old man Blade, that's funny. Oh man, Blade.
Bro, if they let Hugh Jackman get his shit off, and he been playing Wolverine. He only played Wolverine 2 more years. Hold on. If Wesley played Blade in 98, X-Men 2000, that's 2 years. Exactly.
Hugh Jackman has been playing Wolverine more than half of my life.
Exactly. So with that point, if we can let him get his shit off, like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't never cried about. Listen, he has played Wolverine so good and for so long, we don't even know who could play him again.
Never.
This ain't like James Bond. This ain't like Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like the original James Bond, the original Batman. Then you start getting into them other ones, and then you like, oh, okay, Christian Bale did okay. Oh, bro. Daniel Craig did okay. But you know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be the first ones, right? You don't want to fill this nigga's shoes. Matter of fact, Wolverine don't even need to be in the next X-Men. How about that?
Man, what? You seen what they did to him in X-Men 97? That man played the background. The background.
It was strategic because we have been seeing like if you go back and look at every like X-Men poster, bro, every X-Men film, right? Look at where Wolverine is. Faces huge. Audience, this is your homework. Go look at every X-Men poster. I kid you not. Wolverine is the baddest bitch on the poster. They put this nigga up there with like Apocalypse. Like this nigga is just as big as them. Well, not Apocalypse, but just like the main ones. Oh nah, bro. Like I looked at Days of Future Past. I looked at Days of Future Past, bro. He was like the largest one on there. Now, granted, I mean, they did use him to go in the past, but still. Come on, man.
Hugh Jackman was so good at being Wolverine. They gave him his own trilogy, his own spinoff trilogy.
Listen, bro, 2 of them movies are so mid. 2 of them are so mid.
It's the first 2.
The first two. It's like the first one was so bad, it destroyed like a lot of our viewpoints on certain characters. Like we didn't want no Gambit film. Ryan Reynolds definitely damn near didn't get to be Deadpool.
Man, what?
Like, the best thing about that is the fact that I think they got Sabretooth right. I like Sabretooth in that film. Yeah. What? You know, what do I know? We done went down a tangent, bro. My bad.
It's fine. Again, only time will tell.
Yeah.
We gonna see. Yeah. Listen, I think they got one with Deadpool and Wolverine. But,
you know,
we'll be here for sure to review it when it comes out.
No hate in my heart about that one.
Yeah, man. But I think we're at the end.
We have reached the end of our docket. Johnny.
Hey yo, listen, if you're on YouTube, we appreciate you for rocking with us this long. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We'll catch y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
I guess we're not gonna do a song of the week. Huh?
No song of the week this week, unfortunately.
No song of the week. YouTube, you get the actual end of the.
Yeah. But tap in with them old episodes. See what we was jamming to, though, for sure.
Big facts. Oh well, with that, anything left for the people?
Hey man, what is this? 234, bro, or 234?
Yes, sir. 234.
Okay, man, 234. Hey, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys for listening to us for this hour and some odd change. Whenever you see this, make sure you share with everybody because OS is for the streets.
And with that, that's episode 234. Just hit a round of applause just because. Peace.
You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.